I'll just get you to straighten your leg. Always finishing off with an effleurage and redrape the leg. Okay, moving on to the foot. You want to place the heels of your palm underneath the ankle bones on either side, and is simply just wiggling the foot from side to side. We'll move into the broad compression of the foot, again using this part of the hand, placing it in under the foot, supporting the top of the foot with this hand and applying pressure. Apply the pressure and come out. Then we move into the thumb strip, and just going through in between the metatarsals with your thumb, in between the bones of the foot there. And finishing off with the kneading of the toes. And you can apply a slight traction also. And finish off with a row. I'm going to demonstrate massage techniques for the abdomen. I started with grounding myself, and then we're going to do the sun and moon effleurage. Working in a clockwise direction, making sure that you're not applying too much pressure. Is the pressure okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is the area of the abdominal aorta. If you feel any unusual pulsation, then this could be a contraindication to massage, so it is best avoided. Then we're going to move into the hand after hand. Again, always working in a clockwise fashion on the abdomen. These are the side pulls, making sure your posture is correct. We move into rib breaking. This is where your fingers are on the muscles in between the ribs, and you just gently using a pulling motion. The next technique I'm going to demonstrate is broad circles, starting at the ascending colon, working in a clockwise direction, making sure that you're not applying too much pressure. How's that pressure?
That's fine.
Okay. And coming along the transverse colon, and then down the descending colon. From here, we move into the vibration technique across the transverse colon. Just place your hand gently on that area and vibrate. From here, we move into the effleurage. We row up around the ribs, tuck in around the waist. Now, practitioner posture is very important with this move. You need to look after your back, so the movement is from your legs. So as we pull up, we straighten our legs, like so. Down and around the waist, taking care of the back and lifting from the knees. And that completes the abdominal sequence. Now I'm going to demonstrate the massage techniques and sequence for the arm. First of all, we begin with shaking the arm. This is just to relax the limb. Okay, so then we're going to do alternating effleurage right up the whole arm, beginning at the wrist all the way up to the shoulder. Inside. Okay, then we're going to move it into a one-handed C-scoop, and to do this we put our thumb in the crease of the elbow and drop the client's arm over your forearm. Just do one-handed C-scoops in under the arm, and to change, again the thumb is in the crease of the elbow, and we just drop the arm over the forearm and do the same on the outside of the arm. Then we move down to the forearm, and we're just going to do C-scoops, the underside of the arm, which are the flexors. We're going to rotate the arm and do the outside of the arm, the forearm, for the extensors. Do an effleurage. Going to turn the arm again. We're just going to do our alternating thumb kneading around the wrist, the thumb pad. Okay, and we'll turn the hand again. Just going to do a thumb strip between the metacarpals. And finishing off with a kneading of the fingers and thumb. You can apply a slight traction. Okay. Finish off with an effleurage and a shake. And we redrape the arm. And that completes the massage sequence for the arm. I'm going to demonstrate the décolletage, and that is simply a massage of the shoulder area. Begin with a row. Come down across the shoulder, across the clavicle, around the shoulder, and up around the trapezius and up around the back of the neck. Now with décolletage, you can either sit down and do it on a stool, or you can stand. You have to make sure that your posture is correct. My stance is wide and I'm sitting down into my knees. We're going to move into the knuckle knead and just underneath the clavicles, making sure that you don't actually massage over the bony area. we'll move into the pinch knead, and this is just squeezing the trapezius roll. The flats of my fingers are underneath, my thumb is over top, and I'm just gently pinching. Being aware of your posture. Okay. Now we're going to turn Kate's head. My hand underneath is positioned around the ear like so, and she is just resting her head down on my hand. And this gives me a bit of control of the head movement also. This line here is the sternocleidomastoid, SCM for short. Now we don't massage or do anything in front of that muscle. So I'll do a half row starting up just underneath the ear, down, along the clavicle, around the shoulder and up the back of the neck. Now we move into a flat fist along the superior trapezius. We're going to use this part of the hand to begin with, and then as we come up we're using this part. So we come down the edge of the trapezius, around the shoulder and knuckle up. So the movement is down the trapezius and rolling up. Then we'll move into the circular thumb kneading, taking care of the posterior triangle. You just want a gentle pressure over these areas. And we're just going to use the pads of our fingers along the sternocleidomastoid. Then we move into circular kneading, using the pads of the fingers up in underneath the skull. For the suboccipital release, my fingers are hooked in underneath the base of the skull here. Okay, and straightening the head. And apply a gentle traction. And that completes the décolletage section. The next massage sequence I would like to demonstrate is for the scalp and face. You can choose whether to sit or stand to apply these techniques. The first technique is fingertip kneading. Using the pads of the fingers, just knead and moving the scalp. You can be quite firm when applying this technique, but just ensure that you don't pull your client's hair. The next technique is palmar kneading. Using the palms of your hands, apply a small compression and work around in a circle. Then we move into fingertip kneading along the hairline, starting at the temple and working our way around. Note that I'm actually moving the skin. From here, we're going to thumb knead the midline. Just using both thumbs down the middle of the scalp. Move into fingertip kneading the forehead, down to the temple and the jaw, moving around to the chin. When we come back, we do what is called pinch kneading. Coming up, we're just going to do an alternate stroke from the nose to the hairline. And fingertip compression along the brow. Using your thumb under the eye, just pressing lightly along the bony area, the eye socket. Using compression very gently along the cheekbone, taking care not to drag the skin. Then using the pads of our thumbs, just come along the top of the cheekbone. Coming around to the ears, just do a little pinch in the lobe, up around the outside of the ear. Then we move into the prayer. Hands are together facing down the midline of the body, and we drag up on the sides of the face. And that completes our massage sequence for the forehead and face.